Hi, everybody. My name is Miss Saunderson, and I am here to do a lesson with you today for counseling. We are going to do a lesson on what is called growth, as in growing, growth mindset. So, how you think about things, and either a way that helps you grow and face new challenges, or in a way that keeps you stuck. So, we're going to focus on that growth mindset today. So, I'm going to show you a video to start off with, and it kind of explains what growth mindset is a little bit more. And then I have a story that kind of shows how the main character used his growth mindset. And it's kind of cool because it's a story that's based on real facts about someone's life. So that's the thing about growth mindset, is that it can help you in school to do challenging things, or just to get your work done when you feel like you can't do it. It can help you with that. And it can help you in your life about goals that you have that you want to reach and accomplish in spite of having some challenges. All right, so here we go. I'm going to share my screen so that you can watch the video to start with. It's so great to see all of you. All right, here we go.
Here are two seeds, both planted on the same day, in the same soil, in the same garden bed. One is very curious, full of life, and ready to grow as tall as it can. The other is filled with fear. What if the sun is too strong and burns my leaves once I grow, it thinks. Or what if a beast eats my tender sprouts? No way, not a chance I am leaving my shell. So it remains still and stagnant, rigid in its place. The brave seed feels the heat of the sun above and starts to push hard out of its shell. Sure, it has doubts about reaching the outside world, but its curiosity is stronger than anything. I want to see all the living creatures of this garden, it thinks. I can't wait to feel the morning dewdrops on my leaves. The little seed keeps pushing until a single sprout comes out. It grows and grows through sunny, warm days. It even grows through colder, stormy days, because the brave seed knows that the sun will always return. Throughout life, you will have moments when you feel like either one of these seeds. The way we see the world around us and how we behave towards life is called our mindset. You can choose to have a fixed mindset or to have a growth mindset. When you have a fixed mindset, things can seem too hard. Negative thoughts might cloud your mind and you start to give up easily. I can't do this. You may believe that if you are not good at something, then you never will be. I'm just born this way. The obstacles you face can hold you back, and you begin avoiding challenges. What's the point of trying? Just like the fearful seed. However, you can always choose to have a growth mindset. A growth mindset helps you believe that your goals are within reach with effort and perseverance. Life is a great big adventure. It shows you that failure is a normal part of your journey. The obstacles you encounter will only make you stronger. Challenges and mistakes help me learn. You'll enjoy the challenges you face and become more resilient. I want to become my best self, just like the brave seed. Fear is a natural emotion. We all experience it, and it can make changing your mindset difficult. The important thing is to try. So here are some tips to switch on your growth mindset. Perfection does not exist. Aiming for perfection is like running a race without a finishing line. Trying to achieve it will only exhaust you. When negative thoughts fill your head, you can turn them around by simply adding "yet" at the end. See challenges as adventures. They will make you more resilient and can open new worlds. If you work hard, you will see progress. And don't worry about mistakes. They are a part of life, and we can learn from them. The good news is, the sun always comes out after a storm. By having a growth mindset, you might even find that a little rain won't bother you much at all.
All right, that gave us a lot of information about growth mindset. So it's really powerful, right? If you have a growth mindset, pretty much you could probably do whatever you want to do. Also with perseverance, that sticking to itness that we talk a lot about, and just keeping going. So I have a book that I'd like to read that kind of illustrates somebody who had a growth mindset and conquered challenges and got to his goal, even though other people might have thought, hey, that's not even possible. Part of it was because he was so curious and he so really loved snow in particular. So this book is called Snowflake Bentley. And so it is about a real person's life and their love of snow. How many of you love snow? Right? We're coming into snow season in a couple months. In the days when farmers worked with ox and sled and cut the dark with lantern light, there lived a boy who loved snow more than anything else in the world. Willie Bentley's happiest days were snowstorm days. He watched snowflakes fall on his mittens and on the dried grass of Vermont farm fields, on the dark metal handle of the barn door. He said snow was as beautiful as butterflies or apple blossoms. He could net butterflies and show them to his older brother, Charlie. He could pick apple blossoms and take them to his mother, but he could not share snowflakes because he could not save them. When his mother gave him an old microscope, he used it to look at flowers, raindrops, and blades of grass. Best of all, he used it to look at snow. While other children built forts and pelted snowballs at roosting crows, Willie was catching a single snowflakes. Day after stormy day, he studied the icy crystals. Their intricate patterns were even more beautiful than he had imagined. He expected to find whole flakes that were the same, that were copies of each other, but he never did. Willie decided he must find a way to save snowflakes so others could see their wonderful designs. For 3 winters, he tried drawing snow crystals. They always melted before he could finish. When he was 16, Willie read of a camera with its own microscope. If I had that camera, I could photograph snowflakes, he told his mother. Willie's mother knew he would not be happy until he could share what he had seen. Oh, fussing with snow is just foolishness, his father said. Still, he loved his son, and when Willie was 17, his parents spent their savings and bought the camera. It was taller than a newborn calf and cost as much as his father's herd of 10 cows. Willie was sure it was the best of all cameras. Even so, his first pictures were failures, no better than shadows, yet he would not quit. Mistake by mistake, snowflake by snowflake, Willie worked through every storm. Winter ended, the snow melted, and he had no good pictures. He waited for another season of snow. One day in the second winter, he tried a new experiment, and it worked. Willie had figured out how to photograph snowflakes. Now everyone can see the great beauty in a tiny crystal, he said. So he kept trying and trying, even though he failed many, many, many times. But in those days, no one cared. Neighbors laughed at the idea of photographing snow. Snow in Vermont is as common as dirt, they said. We don't need pictures. Willie said the photographs would be his gift to the world. While other farmers sat by the fire or rode to town with horse and sleigh, Willie studied snowstorms. He stood at the shed door and held out a black tray to catch the flakes. So there's another kind of setback, right? People didn't believe in what he was doing. He was pretty much on his own. When he found only jumbled, broken crystals, he brushed the tray clean with a turkey feather and held it out to the snow again. He waited hours for just the right crystal and didn't even notice the cold. If the shed were warm, the snow would melt. If he breathed on the black tray, the snow would melt. If he twitched a muscle as he held the snow crystal on the long wooden pick, the snowflake would break. He had to work fast or the snowflakes would evaporate before he could slide it into place and take its picture. Some winters he was able to make only a few dozen good pictures. Some winters he made hundreds. Willie so loved the beauty of nature, he took pictures in all seasons. In the summer, his nieces and nephews rubbed coat hangers with sticky pitch from spruce trees. Then Willie would use them to pick up spider webs jeweled with west water drops and take their pictures. On fall nights, he would gently tie a grasshopper to a flower so he could find it in the morning and photograph the dew-covered insect. But his snow crystal pictures were always his favorites. He gave copies or sold them for a few cents. He made special pictures as gifts for birthdays. He held evening slideshows on the lawns of his friends. Children and adults sat on the grass and watched while Willie projected his slides onto a sheet hung over a clothesline. He wrote about snow and published his pictures in magazines. He gave speeches about snow to faraway scholars and neighborhood skywatchers. "You are doing great work," said a professor from Wisconsin. The little farmer came to be known as the world's expert on snow, the Snowflake Man. But he never grew rich. He spent every penny on his pictures. Willie said there were treasures in snow. "I can't afford to miss a single snowstorm," he told a friend. "I never know when I will find some wonderful prize." Other scientists raised money so Willie could gather his best photographs in a book. When he was 66 years old, Willie's book, His Gift to the World, was published. Still, he was not ready to quit. Less than a month after turning the first page of his book, Willie walked 6 miles home in a blizzard to take more pictures. He became ill with pneumonia after that walk and died 2 weeks later. A monument was built for Willie in the center of town, and the girls and boys who had been his neighbors grew up and told their sons and daughters the story of the man who loved snow. 40 years after Wilson Bentley's death, children in his village worked to set up a museum in honor of the famous scientist. And his book has taken the delicate snow crystals that once blew across Vermont, past mountains, over the earth, neighbors and strangers have come to know of the icy wonders that land on their own mittens, thanks to Snowflake Bentley. And here's a picture of the real person and his camera, probably one of his cameras. And there's a picture of those snowflakes. Those are real snowflake pictures, and you can just see how unique and different they are. So we can say that having a growth mindset also helps us with creativity, because if we're being creative like he was, sometimes it takes a while to get what we want, right? We have to, like the girl in the Most Magnificent Thing book, if you've read that, it takes a while to maybe get what we want to get to. So we're going to keep growing our brain all the school year and keep giving it strong messages. I'm just going to read a few, so maybe if you want to remember them, you can. If you're feeling stuck and you're feeling scared, if you're feeling kind of like helpless, like I can't do this, here are some sentences that you could try to help yourself get unstuck. So how about this one? You could try, my brain gets stronger when I try challenging things, right? So if it's a challenge, you just automatically go, oh, my brain's getting stronger. I need this to keep growing, instead of, oh, this is too hard, I don't want to do it, right? That's going to be stuck. How about, okay, this is hard, but I think I'm on the right track, right? This is hard, but I'm on the right track. That's going to help us grow our brain. How about this one? I can't do difficult things. No, that's going to keep us stuck. How about this one? I made a mistake, so I should just give up. Nope, that's going to keep us stuck, right? The Snowflake Man made many, 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 many mistakes, right? And was able to keep going. That's how we are aware that snowflakes are different and individual. How about this one? People can't get smarter. People are just born that way. Nope. Everyone can get smarter and grow their brain if you exercise it by learning, doing challenges, solving problems. How about this one? I try my personal best every day. Yes, growing your brain. And last, my favorite, one of my favorites, because it applies to whether you're doing science or art or math or trying to solve a problem with a friend, is I am a problem solver, right? That's growing our brain to something that's helping us out. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that lesson on growth mindset, and I hope that you use it in this coming year and in all your years to come. So this is for school and for your life. So remember, you are a learner, and it's so fun to be here with you. All right, bye for now.